I'm Lori Stanley here in Canada with Lori Stanley Nonprofit Consulting. And as a former executive leader, I created a consulting firm that helps nonprofits focus on the right things at the right time so they can elevate their social impact and sustainability.
I love that. And I know when we met, Laurie, you had already been in business and had impact and got some really great results for your clients. Where were you when you joined the program?
So I think I was doing well, okay, fine when we met. The piece that I was struggling with was closing the deal, the sales part of it. I think the other big thing I would say, which wasn't necessarily in the forefront, was just being clear on what offer was. Those were sort of the two big things that I
Yeah.
was struggling with.
What bits of it were frustrating for you?
So what was frustrating is that I was getting lots of leads, lots of engagement, um, but again, not necessarily landing with a good amount of finalized deals. So the frustrating part was not understanding what wasn't connecting, like what was the missing piece, what was the gap in that process. And I think what I learned is that there is a whole process that I didn't know about. Like when you start your own consulting business, you know that you got to be in and on the business, you know how to deliver the service, but there's marketing, there's systems, and there's sales. And I didn't know sales. So
Yeah.
a big part of what I learned was the process of engaging and selling.
I'm just kind of curious, what made you decide to sign up for the
I
program?
remember joining the conversation and not being clear if this was right for me or something that would work for me. And it was great because you helped me to articulate and bring more so to my awareness areas where I was excelling, areas where I was doing okay, and areas where there were opportunities and
Yeah.
gaps. And that was a big part of recognizing that this program would have grand benefit for me.
Thinking about what you found most valuable, was there any like one moment that you thought, yep, I made the right decision to work with Ped?
Well, there were multiple moments, multiple moments. But sometimes it's the small things. And you gave me some feedback about just be conversational. And that was huge because I was still trying to describe my services, my offer, describe the program, show my value. And it was pitchy. And so I don't want to be salesy. I want it to be conversational. And you just saying that um, just
Yeah.
hit home
Yeah.
big time.
What else stood out? Any specific breakthroughs, aha moments, or takeaways?
I would say the other thing was that I actually got clear myself on what I was offering. So I have a big brain and I have all these different ways that I could do this and multiple thoughts floating in my head. And so with this work, I was able to really get clear and land on how I wanted to share my service or my offerings. And so stepping away again from just describing what I was doing to being able to talk about the outcomes. Like, this is how different you'll be from this work, the value that it brings to you, and being able to articulate, some of, for lack of a better word, the pain points for organizations. And so all of that translated into just a lot more comfort and confidence in knowing what I'm going to say and the process in which I was doing it. So then when I'm in conversation with the potential client, I'm able to really listen and hear as opposed to having to think about what should I say now? Where should I go? What do I need to do?
Hmm.
Because I have a framework for that already in my head.
What have been your wins, small or big, because of the things that you implemented?
The other win and the other benefit I would say that's come from this program is um, it's created a stronger pipeline for me. So, I'm booking into the next quarter because I've got a pipeline of folks lined up.
Is there anything else that you can do now?
Being more diligent about how I reach out and how I engage clients, and the consistency and the work that needs to be done around that. I think the other is, I honed my clarity call. So the questions to ask. And then the other part of it then is, for lack of a better word, the pitch. So just knowing how to have that conversation and walk people through it, and then be able to handle some of the wonders or questions or maybe objections someone might have in that sales process. And then knowing how to close the deal, the conversation, and just sharing clarity around how my offer or my service will make a difference in their world.
Cool. What advice would you give yourself if you knew what you know now and you were about to join this program, this journey?
I would say to myself and anyone else, it's a must do, that even if you're having good success, there's lots of room to hone those skills. And the benefits are significant, that it's well worth the investment. I would tell myself I won't regret it.
Yeah, no, you've been super proactive. You've got all the pieces just solidly in place now. It's like everything that you've been working on is there, and you're just now just cranking it out. You're doing the regular things that are going to build a pipeline, that are going to get you those calls, that are going to ultimately get the next contract, not one after. And that's really just testament to your commitment to yourself and your business, but actually to your clients, and making sure that you're of service. And I'm really excited about that, the baseline that you've created.
Yeah, it's in part because I always loved learning and the challenge, right? And doing more, getting it, doing better. And so yeah, I think what you just said, like I feel like I finally got a bit of a groove.
Yeah, groove, a
And
bit of a groove. Yeah, that's
a
it, isn't
groove.
it?
I really do want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Like this has been exactly what I've needed. And the content, the material that you have, it's so extensive. It's so extensive from every part of the beginning, the middle, and the end, from narrowing your niche to how to have research conversations with your clients, messaging, to the proposal, um, getting clear on who your ideal client is. Like some things I had a sense about, and now I have a deeper sense of, and again, clarity. But I mean, there's just so much invaluable
Thank you.
information.
It's been a real treat working with you.
The last little bit, the other thing I would add is it's not just about the content and the learnings and the materials. The other thing is your capacity to coach, like your capacity to help me navigate some of the places where I was stuck. And your approach is so forward focused, strength based, solution focused, and just really kind. Really kind and really, really engaging. You're exceptionally personable, which makes doing the work really wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, you make me go all mushy inside. Thanks, Laurie.